Deadly. Well, welcome to the Realm of Millenia. Be man, woman, child, spirit, creature, or demon, be a native migrator, or maybe an invader. Welcome to the realm. For I am your host, the Millennium Mailman, bringing you the part 2 to this theatrical Thursday about this character type development we got going on here for the Invincible Family. Bring me that. Now, for a quick review, I talked about the two powers that separate the main family of Invincible Family from the branch family of the Invincible Family. Just to be considered a guaranteed member of this Invincible Family, if you have awakened, unlocked, whatever term you want to call it, the power or the talent of future foresight, be it 20, be it 20 to maybe 30 seconds or a minute into the future. If you can see a certain amount into the future, you're a part of this Invincible Family. We recognize you as part of the Invincible Family, and until further notice, you're just of the branch family lineage, right? But once you unlock this secondary ability, or maybe even considered a tertiary ability of the family, you would be considered of the main family branch, right? And there's multiple ways to prove that you've awakened it, right? But there's just mainly the name. There's mainly just the one called the testing room. And then the testing room, you face a million different horrors that by normal means would guarantee someone's unaliving. Right? Of a normal person or a person without the talent, without the main family branch's inheritance talent, without that, you are guaranteed death. Right? So to request, hey, I want to prove myself to be a main family branch member, you would just you'd just be dead. Right? So either you walk in this room and you come out of this room alive, you're a main branch family member, or you don't walk in the room and you recount everything that you remember from the room, or up to a certain amount of things from this room, and it's like, okay, yep, you're a main family member. It's like, that's it. Yeah, because like the actual true ability of the main family is that you can't die from unnatural causes. And if you were to die to unnatural causes, be it from like stabbing or from poisoning, suffocations, if you die from any unnatural cause, your mind from your future self would transverse into the body of your past self and be like, hey, I need to take 3 scoots to the left before I die of a laser beam through my skull. Yeah, I am totally not gonna die of a laser beam through my skull. I died of superheat and radiation, because even though I scooted over, it was still there was a lot of light and a lot of heat from the attack. Okay, instead of just sliding over 2, I will slide over 5 times to the left, right? Any non-natural cause of death is going to cause the person to come back, right? So that's one way to verify, like, hey, if you don't walk in the room, you can just recount the things in the room that'll prove, like, yeah, he's a main family branch member, he has the true ability, right? Versus you can walk in there and walk out, right? Because gosh forbid, if you're ever able to leave this room of a million horrors and a million ways to die, you are strong enough for us to pretend that you have the ability, because you are literally invincible, right? If you can survive a million different ways to die, hey, guess what? You're invincible. All right. It's like we took the name relatively figuratively, like we're figuratively invincible because nothing can kill us. Nothing, because like nothing has the opportunity to kill you for real, because anything that does is just something that isn't a de facto reality for us, right? Versus, oh, you were able to walk in that room of a million deaths and walk out and not be harmed and be just okay. You are truly invincible, so we're gonna let you take the Invincible Family name without a problem, right? You are truly invincible, so you're a true Invincible Family member, even if you don't have the invincible foresight ability or the ability to go back in time or anything. It's all right, because you are invincible, right? That is my review. Now to get to this final piece in regards to the Invincible Family, I have written down here, since everyone want to interrupt my videos right when I get to filming every time, dude. This last note I have here is talk about, yes. This last note is all about the downfall of the Invincible Family, right? Now I'm going to read it to you, and then I'm going to actually tell you all about what I wanted to express with it, right? So, without further ado, the whole bloodline is kidnapped and held hostage and psychologically tortured into cannibalizing off one another for what they mentally perceive as an eternity in only a few days' time, over and over and over and over again, till their mentally fatigue starts erasing memories to protect themselves, and leaving only their general capacity for maximum intelligence, obedient loyalty, and combat muscle memory experiences, instincts, right? And they form, from then on, are empty brain husk of murder hobos on command, beck and call of Big Daddy Papa Johnny's, right? So now with that read off, this man I'm going to be calling Big Daddy Papa Johnny's is basically the antagonist of this particular plot point, right? And the protagonist of the story is the Invincible Family, right? Big Daddy Papa Johnny's is someone who is extremely skeptical and untrusting to anyone of the Invincible Family. It's like, who knows you better than your worst enemy, right? And Big Daddy Papa Johnny is like, oh yeah, I know him well enough. I love life. I love everyone in this life. I love the city. I love the whole town. I love everyone around me and everything. But when it comes to those guys over there, I know all about their invincible status. I come to know all about how their invincibility works and all that, but I don't trust them. Right? I just don't trust them. Right? They're a bit too popular for me. They're a bit too happy for me. They're a bit too nonchalant for my liking. I don't trust them. So Big Daddy Papa Johnny's is over here, and he himself is a nonchalant character, but He's like, I don't trust anyone else who has the gusto to be more nonchalant than me. I don't like it, is basically what Big Daddy Papa Johnny said. So, in the end all be all, Big Daddy Papa Johnny's comes around here and he's like, okay, how can I fix these guys up into being more obedient or more, golly, bugs nowadays, the boldness, into being more something I could trust and rely on, right? How can I mold these totally invincible family people into being proper tools, right? Because any power out of control is more a threat and a hindrance than it is a reliable aid. He's like, I just don't trust these invincible folk. They don't go about conquest and colonization or anything, but I just don't trust them, right? Because I can't control them. They're capable, they're stronger, they're powerful. They have abilities and means that I can't properly get in line, right? They're not loyal to me. I gotta make it work. So Big Daddy Papa Johnny goes about being this utterly deplorable and diabolical man that he is, and he sets on the foot to entrap everyone of this invincible family lineage as much as possible, to the point where he creates this. I will articulate it. I'm going to articulate it differently than reality, because I'm not going to tell you the final draft version. I'm going to tell you the one of the rough drafts, right? Because this is going to go in the real book, so I'm not going to spoil the final version I came up with. But ultimately, how did I say the rough draft went? Ultimately, Big Daddy Papa Johnny decided, I'm gonna put them in a box. I'm gonna call it the pizza box, right? And so he develops this underground bunker, impenetrable, obviously, and he makes it big and large enough for a whole civilization of people to live in and everything. He fills it 10% with non-perishable foods and everything, and for the rest of all the space, he goes ahead and makes sure there's enough space for all the Invincible family to be in. He gifts this pizza box to the Invincible family, and he's like, yep, in case of emergency or anything, you all guys can go down there and be safe. Great. And one day, through all the conniving tricks coming together in a foolproof plan, he doesn't need to convince. The Invincible family is convinced they need to fall back into the panic room, the safe house that is called the Big Papa Johnny's pizza box. They all willfully, of their own volition, without any further prompting, go into the pizza box, and in that pizza box they are stuck. After everyone has entered, no one can leave. It can only be opened from the outside, and it is more than low-key their genuine hope that once all that is happening in their family's house blows over, that someone's going to investigate the rubble, some archaeologist or something. Someone's going to investigate and let them out, right? Now, they are effectively held hostage here in this pizza box that is inescapable with the food they have, and they realize, oh gosh, who swapped out all the non-perishable food that we had in here for perishable food? This food isn't actually going to last as long as we thought it would. This is not good. Despite us all being able to see 10-20 seconds into the future, That's only a couple seconds, and we didn't really have any time to double check and prepare this bunker that we weren't expecting or hoping to use last minute. So now our whole family of, let's just round and say, 1 million people is trapped in a bunker with food that's not going to last us more than a day, and we're stuck here for God knows how long trying to exist, right? We are stuck in here with just each other, no way out, and yeah, you can imagine, right? So the Invincible Family, the entire family, all branch family members, all main family branch members, stuck inside the pizza box, and there's no food. But even mosquito wings are still food. Even a mosquito is still food. So ultimately they're like, I'm sorry, we gotta preserve and do what we can. So eventually all the main branch family members and branch family members start warring against each other inside the pizza box to survive long enough to see that we all get released one day. So we sacrifice member here, we sacrifice member there, to the point it's like there's darn near nothing but main branch family members. It's like, shoot. I hate that it had to come to this. Now, there is, say, 100,000 people of the main branch family after all the branch family members done got sacrificed. All the main family line is 100,000 people, and these 100,000 people, it's like, I'm sorry, bro, I'm about to starve, and you looking pretty delicious right now. It's like, bro, please don't do this. Don't do this right now, please. Please. Let me tell you something, please. Now the Invincible Family is trapped in this pizza box, and they're all looking towards one another, looking mighty fine and delicious. But the way their ability works, it means that they will constantly be revived, constantly be resurrected, and traversed into their prior versions of themselves until they survive past whatever unnatural cause killed them. And starvation, to a certain degree, is considered a natural type of death. You just died because you wasn't eating. What's that got to do with unnatural? So they go down this rabbit hole of dying of starvation and dying to each other so often and so rapidly that no one's starvation death is considered to be a natural death. And they're continuously brought back off of each other. It's like, no, you just killed me, I kill you now. We agreed to take turns on this. But that's not gonna get us past the fact that we're eventually gonna die. I don't care. We're both immune to the death. We both tried starving ourselves to death. That didn't work. Now we're just here and we're gotta practice starving each other. Otherwise, we're just going to go down the rabbit hole of fatigue, and it'll just be painful the entire way through. It's like, okay, fine. And that is how all the last 100,000 go. And they go down this cycle however many thousand times, to the point where their memory, despite being able to transverse their entire consciousness, they can't remember all of that. So their minds are protecting themselves and subtly erasing detail in detail to protect themselves, because their mind can't do all this. They've revived so many times and experienced what death feels like so many times, dying at each other's hands in the pizza box, that they can't escape and that must be opened from the outside. so many times to the point it's like, okay, I don't remember anything. I remember you're a brother. I remember she's a this. I remember, are you my dad? What is a dad? You're right. What was I thinking, mama? uh, who is this again? I think that's your sister. But isn't it a boy? I don't be stupid, son. Am I a son or am I a dad? I want to be a mama, right? There's getting stuck in this loop so long and so much, they're forgetting what words are and what everything means. Nothing means anything to them other than the fact that, okay, it's not my turn to die, it's your turn to die, and we're all going to eat you. Okay, go ahead with it. They don't even care about pain anymore. Their sensations of how the nervous system works, it means nothing to them. Their memory of even what pain feels like is so freaking foreign. They're about to not even be able to speak anymore because they're just savages eating each other and cannibalizing each other repeatedly without much of any consequence, because they'll be brought back in a couple seconds. Don't worry about it, right? To the point where they're so corrupted, trying to go back down this endless cycle, that when someone finally comes in and opens the pizza box, they're like, oh, new person. What is the meaning and what we're supposed to be doing here in life? Do you know what a mama and papa is? Of course I do. But all of you can just go ahead and call me Big Papa Johnny's. And all of you are Big Papa Johnny's lovely children. And the only rule that you must know and follow is that you never disobey Big Papa Johnny. Yay! And what, Big Papa Johnny, what are we called? What do you call us? I call you Big Papa Johnny's Immortals, because you are my sons and daughters that can never die. Okay, now put on these big scary outfits and go terrorize the people, because you are Big Papa Johnny's favorite indestructible weapons. Right? So that is the backstory of the Invincible Family, right? And that's why I considered changing them to having titles like Immortal from the very beginning, or maybe even Indestructible from the very beginning, because ultimately they do get called those very things by the manipulators behind the scenes that turned them into this less than savory individuals, right? But the whole family line is under the hands and foot manipulation of this character, who is now, I'm going to refer to them as Big Papa Johnny's because I don't want to give you their actual character name, but Big Papa Johnny's. Big Papa Johnny's of the pizza box, right? The entire remnants of the indestructible family is under the beck and call and thumb of this figure who is going to be called Big Papa Johnny's. And that is why, that is how. So they're seen as immortals, they're seen as indestructible, they're unkillable, they're invincible, and they only listen to one person. They don't answer to nobody else, so don't try talking to them. It'll just get you killed faster. They survived and outlived starvation for what felt like thousands of years to them, but was really just a number of days that they survived. They survived a number of days, but they ultimately, it's nothing. Right? But Big Papa Johnny's now has an army of 100,000 people strong that has outlived death and is immune to death and constantly is going to look for him for validation because they just live so long. They sacrifice their regular intelligence and IQs for battle IQ, battle intent, and just this natural aura of bloodlust and carnage from eating and devouring one another or trying to fight not to be the next one devoured. Constantly, that was where they were, because they were in this pizza box and it was either eat or be eaten, literally. And at some points they still had the semblance to, like, hey, let's plan out the sacrifice here. But at the same time, pain is pain, and before the sensation of pain goes, it's like, no, I'm gonna fight to not be the next one hurt and next one dismembered to feed everyone. I don't care that it's just gonna send me back earlier. I don't want to be eaten. Right? So to that degree, okay, it's getting, the mosquitoes are starting to eat my flesh a bit too much here. I'm gonna go inside. I should have turned the light on and got at least the moths away from me. Golly. But yeah. Golly, dude. That is it. Hey, that's
you guys just went outside to record your video?
Golly, dude. Yes.
It's like that.
It's like you don't shut up. You're currently watching a dumbass video. Yeah, I love you too.